Welcome back. Joining us now is Kelly Matzner with all the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Kelly, what's going on?
Hey Metro, I'm Kelly Matzner. Welcome to this week's segment of EntertainMET, where I bring Hollywood a mile high. Family and fans alike have found justice in the recent conviction of Dr. Conrad Murray for the death of pop star Michael Jackson.
We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Conrad Robert Murray, guilty of the crime of involuntary manslaughter in violation of Penal Code Section 192, subsection B. Alleged victim, Michael Joseph Jackson.
The Jackson family has expressed relief that justice has been served, but noted sadly it doesn't bring Michael back. Murray will face the judge for sentencing on November 29th, and a 4-year sentence is expected to follow. However, due to overcrowding in California jails, he's expected to only serve about 20% of that sentence. Safety definitely won't be an issue because Murray will be housed in a single cell and given an attendant to help with those tricky times like getting exercise and showering. I think the next issue is probably going to be finding an orange jumpsuit big enough to fit Conrad Murray. At 6'5", things are probably going to be a little snug. And now on to something that we don't really hear about very often in entertainment news, people doing something good. Teen Nick and its HALO program, which is short for Helping and Leading Others, encourages teens that are making a positive impact throughout service in their schools, communities, and even other countries. Videos of these good doings can be uploaded onto the Teen Nick website, and in turn, HALO points are earned. These points can then be used to make charitable donations. Hollywood is standing strong behind this program, and stars like Lady Gaga, David Beckham, and Taylor Swift have all participated. And each year, 4 outstanding teens are recognized, and the HALO Awards are given a scholarship, a grant, and a chance to meet a celebrity that supports a similar cause. And I think we could all agree that it's a great change of pace to see young people recognized for doing something positive. And if someone you know should be nominated for the HALO Award, visit www.teennick.com. And for all of you country fans, Nashville shined up its boots and spurs this week for the Country Music Awards. Host Carrie Underwood and Brad Paisley were charming and very stylish in the many costumes they wore throughout the night. Country seemed to meet mainstream somewhere in the middle, with performances by country favorites like Kenny Chesney and Lady Antebellum, but with some twists like performances by Lionel Richie and Natasha Bedingfield. The band Perry received 3 awards, including Song of the Year, while husband and wife, Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert, each cashed in for Male and Female Vocalist of the Year. And, to the surprise of no one, the lovely Miss Taylor Swift was named the Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year. The show was lively, diverse, and very entertaining. And now on to some local fabulosity. The Lion King is one of the longest-running shows on Broadway and made its way to the Buell Theater this fall. We had the opportunity to talk to one of the actors. Jeffrey Will has the story.
It's been a hit with audiences everywhere, making its film debut in 1994, and this Lion King isn't the same cartoon many have grown up with. While the story is the same, the musical cast takes a different approach.
We're playing the human aspect. The costume and the mask will bring out the lion.
With up to 50 people on stage at once, there's no denying the amount of hard work Dion and the cast members put into creating this magical production.
It takes a month of training for the show. You take about the first week is just getting to know the director, getting to know blocking on stage where you should be at certain times. Then there's a week of line reading, getting used to the people you work around, whether it be Simba, Nala, any of the different characters.
Many adults and children alike enjoyed the Lion King movie, but the musical touches a more mature human experience.
This show is a little deeper. It goes in a lot more, touching people's hearts and strings is kind of what the show does that the movie doesn't do that much.
Dion is living his dream, so what advice does he have to live yours?
It sounds cliche, but if you believe and stay persistent, stay consistent, it happens.
This 14-year running show is certainly no passing craze. Don't let this sensational production pass you by. Reporting downtown, Jeffrey Will, The Met Report.
You can see Dion and all the other Lion King cast members through December 4th at the Buell Theater. For more information, go to www.denvercenter.org.
Yeah, I love the movie, so I'm sure I'll love to play it just as much.
You will. Hakuna Matata. Well, watch out, Sundance. Here comes the Stars Denver Film Festival. The 34th annual event was kicked off at the Ellie Calkins Opera House, and the festival rolled out the red carpet with multiple opening night events where filmmakers and talent showcased their work. The 12-day festival began on November 2nd with the opening night premiere of Like Crazy. This is the biggest year for the festival, with over 250 films representing over 47 countries. Here's what the board of directors, David Charmatz, had to say about such a momentous year.
We are in the top 50 in the world.
Exactly.
People want to come here. Exactly. And Colorado is really being known around the country as a creative state.
Well, Annalisa, I know you got to go to that. How was it?
It was amazing to see all these filmmakers and all the inspiring films that they created. And they invited us back for the closing night of the festival, so we'll have exclusive interviews for you guys.
Well, make sure you watch for that. And Kelly, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Well, after the break, Kevin Hall will be sitting right next to me to tell us how the cross-country team did at Nationals.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is one of the most historic college organizations in the United States. Founded in 1909, the RMAC has a membership of 14 colleges and universities, making it one of the largest conferences in the country. The RMAC is also one of the most successful. During the past decade, more than 30 RMAC teams have won national championships. The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Well, welcome back. Kevin Hall joins us now on desk. Kevin, what's going on with Metro Sports?
Well, we got playoffs starting, and right around the corner is basketball season. Is it just me, or do assistant coaches get put on the back burner, never receiving the attention or credit that they deserve? Well, I'm about to change all that as I take a closer look at our volleyball assistant coaches who have been part of the team for 6 years. Coach Hendricks gets a lot of the love when it comes to coaching. She's the one that gets the wins, takes the blame for losses, and gets all the media attention. What people don't know is that she doesn't do it alone.
I think they're two extremely fine people, both strong character people, and they've done a lot to enhance the quality of the athletes' experience here, my experience, and our program as a whole.
The volleyball team has 2 assistant coaches, Lisa Axel and Gavin Markovitz, and while you may have seen them on the sideline, you probably have no idea what they do.
My role, I do a lot of recruiting. On the court, I work a lot with blocking, the outside hitters, and things like that. So I also oversee part of our academic program and things like that.
My role tends to be a little bit more of the relationship coach, so I'm the ones that the players talks to more and relates to more. On the court, I do a little bit more of middle blocking training, so I work with Julie and Shane and Kaylee and Audrey and Dalia, our middles, and do a lot of their training specifically. I also work with the setters, making sure that they're kind of doing things the way we want to do things.
The assistant coaches work closer with the players, but it might be the players who appreciate them the most.
Team wouldn't really be a team without them because that's all I'm used to. They've been here for my full 4 years, so we wouldn't be complete without both of them.
While Axel and Markovitz love it here at Metro, success is bound to pull them away.
At some point, I would like to be a head coach. I'm not rushing into it. I enjoy being here at Metro, so the right job would have to open up for me to leave. But at this point, I'm happy at Metro.
I think for me, after 6, 7 seasons, it's probably time to look at other options, either being a head coach or maybe going Division I assistant coach, you know, just seeing what other options are out there.
I think they're both going to eventually be head coaches, and they'll have the opportunity to be the figurehead.
With that great trio of Hendricks, Markovitz, and Axel leading the way, you can count on many more wins and championships in the near future. And speaking of championships, the Roadrunners have their sights set on bringing home some hardware from the RMAC tournament. First up, a quarterfinal matchup with the Colorado School of Mines at home. These two teams split their matchups during the regular season, but it's playoff time and you have to throw all that out the window. First set, freshman Lauren Quijano taps the one over for the kill. She came through with 12 in the match. Then it's the RMAC Player of the Year, Bree Morley, who ends the first set with this kill. On to the second set, Mines staying close. They blocked the Quijano kill attempt. We are tied at 21. But it's Morley again who closes out set 2 with the bomb, and can Metro sweep the Ordigers in the playoffs? It's Morley again. She tallied 16 kills, and here she ends the match with authority. And the Roadrunners sweep the Ordigers to move on to the next round.
I just wanted us to come in and play well, which we did, and so I'm very pleased with our effort and intensity and the level of execution. It's a great way to start playoffs, you know.
Metro now moves on to the semifinals of the RMAC tournament, where they will take on Western New Mexico in Kearney, Nebraska. The team is looking for a little revenge as the Mustangs sent the Runners to their first conference loss of the season. After shutting out Regis in the semifinals of the RMAC tournament, the men had an even bigger hill to climb. They had to beat number 3 Fort Lewis on their home field. Now, earlier in the season, Metro accomplished that very same task, winning 1-0, but this game has a lot bigger implications and snowpacks. It was a little snowy down in Durango, and everyone pitched in to try and get the field ready for the game. This season, these two teams had gone from conference foes to good old-fashioned rivals. And back in the lineup for Fort Lewis was Fabian Kling, who has been out since early October with a knee injury. And he doesn't seem to be showing any signs of that injury, scoring the first goal of the game off the corner kick. Now Metro on the attack, Andrew Mejia trying to place the ball, and after a few ricochets, Mark Hirschberger puts the ball into the back of the net to tie the game up at 1. Hirschberger trying to get goal number 2, takes the shot, and it goes just wide of the net. And what's a championship game without some controversy? Off the corner, the ball pinballs up and down, never appearing to cross the goal line, and somehow the refs call it good. Goalkeeper Shaylor Thomas not liking the call at all, but the score would stand 2-1. Last chance for Metro, Hirschberger shoots, and oh, off the post. The Skyhawks catching all sorts of breaks as they would go on to win the match 2-1 and win the RMAC tournament. Despite the heartbreaking loss, the men would earn a spot in the NCAA tournament at number 2 in the Central Region. The team would face off against who else? Fort Lewis. Unfortunately, the men would lose that game as well, this time by a score of 3-0. And in women's soccer news, despite the women ending the season in a bit of a slump, they still managed to make it into the NCAA tournament for the 10th straight year, a Division II record. They will play Minnesota State today at 2 in Golden. Now it's time for our cross-country teams who took part in the Central Regional Championships in Denver, Colorado this past weekend. Both teams are hoping to capture a spot in the NCAA Championships in Spokane, Washington, and let's see how they did. The meet was held in Washington Park, and we'll start off with our women's team who's getting loose for the 6K race. Senya Flores running near the front but dropped out due to injury. Then Carissa Sin, who is running well, also dropped out. Ashley Reitman was Metro's top finisher, finishing 27th, and the team finished 10th. Now for the men who need to finish in the top 6 to make nationals, senior Iger Erickson finished 19th, earning all-region honors, and fellow senior Carl Arnold III also earned all-region honors after crossing the line in 22nd. The men's team scored 189, which placed them in a tie for 5th place, earning that spot in the NCAA Championships. The national meet will take place in Washington on November 19th, and we wish the men's team great luck, hoping to bring home some hardware. Now moving on to an inspiring story, he was diagnosed in the 4th grade with Stargardt's disease, which left him legally blind. Now Rhett Gutierrez is inspiring all people all over. Simone von Rivenberg has the story.
I'm here at Stanley Lake High School, home of the Gators, where the local buzz is all about blind quarterback Rhett Gutierrez.
While he may not readily admit that he's a role model, he is, and he understands that.
I got your back. On 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah.
I see all the colors and the shapes, but the way my doctor described it to me was, it's like when you're watching cops and they're trying to hide someone's identity, they blur out their face. So that's kind of what it is.
His world may look a little bit different, but he doesn't let it affect his passion for football or how others treat him.
He wants to do everything on his own, and that's a quality.
Quarterback is arguably one of the most challenging positions on the field, and like anyone else, he doesn't go without his frustrations.
To change the offense from just a normal standard set to a shotgun. So that required Rhett not only to learn new plays and still pass the ball, but every single time the ball snapped, he has to catch it also. So now he's catching the ball and then either handing it off or throwing it.
When I was little, I loved John Elway. So then when I started playing football, I wanted to be just like John Elway. So I guess that's what I've always done.
Although Stargardt's disease has left Rhett legally blind, he has not let it control his life. He maintains a 4.4 GPA in his academic life and is looking to play varsity football next season.
Every week he's got to compete to be on the field, and it's going to be the same next year if there are 2 or 3 or 10 quarterbacks that go out.
And you know, the stories I hear of other people with Stargardt's or are deaf or anything like that, those hit me.
For the Met Report, I'm Simone von Rivenberg.
Such a great story, and I hear that the plan is he's going to be the starting quarterback of the varsity team next year.
Wow, that's impressive, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and wish him all the luck.
Definitely.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, that's going to do it for us.
For Annalisa, Blanco, Kevin Hall, Kelly Matzner, and the whole Met Report staff, I'm Peter Aragon. We'll see you on campus.